Once again, it's your boy emperorshiloh talking to you about the continuation of some finance situation. The next thing that's very important to understand, not only is it important to understand your personal budget, but you got to understand money. Because you're budgeting with money. And if you don't know how money works, you don't know how to use it to your benefit. Okay? So let's just really break down the simplicity of money. First of all, we don't own it. Okay? It is owned by the Federal Reserve. Everything involving money is revolved around the Federal Reserve, which is a private corporation. So that's like having Walmart have control of your money for your whole entire country, which doesn't make sense to me. And forefathers didn't want that anyway, but you know, we'll get into the Constitution another day. Today we're just going to talk about the Federal Reserve System. Okay? So to understand money, you have to understand how money flows, how is it made, where does it come from, or whatever the case may be. Whenever the government, your government, president, whatever the case may be, wants money, they get these bonds and they give them to the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve in return gives them cash. So we trade printed paper, they give us printed paper so we can circulate money in our economy, all right? But for every dollar we borrow, because we borrow the money from the Federal Reserve, for every dollar we borrow, we owe them $2. So if we got $13 trillion or whatever the case may be from, you know, the Federal Reserve, guess what? We now owe $26 trillion just that fast. Period. All right? So that's how money is brought into the system, because for some reason the Federal Reserve has control of all that. All right, now let's talk about the Federal Reserve. There's three aspects of the Federal Reserve which create like this circle, okay? And this circle is the money circle of why they have control, why we have bad economy, good economy, or whatever the case may be, your cost of living, all this stuff, all right? First of all, the Federal Reserve controls the interest rate. So when you get a loan, they go off of the standard interest rate that the Fed gives, or whatever the case may be. All right, he dictates that. They can go up, they can go down. They can fix the economy by just bringing the interest rate down. They could do it if they wanted to, but it's about keeping a fine line of control. All right, so they control the interest rate. They control how much money you have to pay back on top of money that you borrow. All right, the interest rates are used by the Federal Reserve banks. So the Federal Reserve not only controls the interest rate, but they also control the banks that use those interest rates to loan money to you. Okay? Mind you, they already loan money to the government. Keep that in mind. All right? So when they loan you money, they go off of whatever the interest rate is, which they take your money, put it in a bank, and then they have this fractional thing of what they work out where all I have to have is 10% of the money you gave me. So if you gave me $100, all I have to have in the bank to show that that money is there is $10, and I can loan the other $90. And that's what they do. They loan the other $90, 90% or whatever the case may be. This is how they make money. All right? So now, the banks use the interest rate given by the Federal Reserve to dictate how their loans shall be paid back. Now, when they give out the loans, they get money. Money goes out into the land and it circulates. Circulation of money is very important. The reason why we're in a bad economy right now, there's not enough money circulating. Why is there not enough money circulating? Well, here's another interesting thing. The Federal Reserve also controls how much money is being burnt and how much money is being printed. So if they really wanted to have a bad economy, all they got to do is burn more cash. Less money circulating, less people have money in their hands, more people lose jobs. It's just that simple. So the Federal Reserve not only controls the interest rates that the banks follow, which they own as well, which loan out the money to you, which they own that money as well, but they also burn the money and make the money as needed be fit. You understand what I'm saying? So they control the interest rate, they control the bank, they control the money, and then it comes right back out again with the interest rate, and it just goes into this very big circle. So that's their economic system, which if you're not paying attention right, will put you into economic slavery. All right. So on the financings, as far as money, that is a way of how money works. Now I know normally in an I-5-4 show I try to give you solutions, but before I give you a solution on this whole money situation, you have to understand the broad picture of the money situation. So for right now, that's how money works. You gotta understand that. That is very, very key and important that you understand how money works. So as far as that is concerned, that's me, Emperor Shiloh, telling you how money works, and we'll see you in the next segment on finances.